Hello and welcome. I'm Lynn Erasmus from the Pathfinder Development, and I recently started a series of roundtable discussions. And in these roundtable discussions, we talk about anything of importance. Our first one we kicked off with is with 5 women from all over the world talking about what it's like to be a woman in business in today's day. You would think that we don't need to have these kind of discussions anymore, but it is still as pertinent as ever. So if you like this, please do feel free to like and share. Now, equality has got a long way to go. I think we can all agree on that. And they keep saying that we are equal and job opportunities is the same, business opportunities are the same among women and men. I highly doubt it. And I would like your input, and especially with regards to getting new business, landing that contract that you have to bid against the fellow big corporations or the men. What is your experience and what have you done to change it or influence it? Yeah, go, Diane.
Because I've done big contracts here in Australia, I think the key here is for women to understand that men work very differently in the boardroom to women. And I think as women, we have to be very, very aware that that is a whole different ball game. And when we talk about equality, I always think that that's the wrong word. I think that we actually have to appreciate each other's differences. And so one of the things that's always bothered me with women moving into that whole corporate arena and then going in for the big contracts is that women in many ways want to think they're equal to men rather than actually going, I'm a woman, I do business differently, and I will use my skills, my rapport building skills, to build that relationship with men. Men have their own networks. They like their own networks. That's just the way it is. But if we actually go in without thinking, oh, I'm going to prove myself equal to a man, and actually say, I am the prize. What I have to offer is the prize here. I can do this contract as good, if not better, than anybody else sitting at this table. And if we give up the labels of men and women and go in as business people, we are different and we are the same. We're all part of humanity. If I can do the job and the business is better than that person there who happens to not have a vagina, what does it matter?
The V word. She said the V word.
And so for me, that's how I see it. And I've been able to get, multi-million-dollar contracts.
Wow.
Because I don't think of it that way.
I feel like what she said is exactly correct. Because if you go in a competing mode, you have a tendency to lose focus of who you are. And you're not going in there to compete. You're going in there to bring you to the table. And when you enter that room and you sit to that table, whatever you're good at, whatever you own, you sit to that table and you bring it to the table. And you do it to the best of your ability. 9 times out of 10 as women with a vagina, we do it better anyway.
We get the job done, don't we?
Dat we met z'n allen heel erg ons best doen dat er weer meer gelijkheid komt, maar dat het in sommige branches het nog steeds niet zo is. Dat het nog heel erg een mannenwereld is en dat het ook moeilijk is als vrouw om je daar staande te houden.
Ellen?
So Corona will test my Dutch. So what you're saying that in many sectors, it's spoken about and that's an ambition or it's a vision that people, business world would like they seek to achieve. However, in certain industries, that doesn't really happen in practice and that it's very difficult to break through certain industries as a female. So there's a desire, and I think that you wouldn't be any sort of like 21st century person if you voted against that. But the practice of that is something else. Yeah, that's my add-on. That's not what Corona said. Even though I grew up in the Netherlands, I'm from a generation where entrepreneurship was, you studied and you got a job. For me, I find that it's something only maybe in the last 10, 15 years not even 10 years that I see it from a tech perspective. So as much as I now understand, and I totally agree with Diane, I can see the years of confidence and actually also thick skin you have to develop to not take notice of how you're looked at, or, you know, if you're not heard when you make your point, or if someone speaks over you. I think that comes with a lot of practice and self-confidence. But I want to say that also as an African woman, and definitely with the history that we have in South Africa, I still get asked where my boss is. I still and I mean, this is what maybe why you haven't seen this, but I'm leaving the gray. I'm trying to embrace the gray evolution. It's not working.
Oh my gosh, where's your boss?
We're trying to embrace it. So, and also the questions of can you really do that? Did you really write that? So I think I have reached, but that is literally in the last 2 years, and the virus, the pandemic played a huge role actually positively for me, because all of a sudden everyone understood that, oh my word, people matter, and we don't know how to connect with them if they're not in an office. And actually the world is much bigger than our bubble. And on the other hand, you know, being promoting like the importance of the impact of technology and why everyone needs to be included in that. So for my business, I mean, I just shot out of the sky. I walk into the room now knowing that I am actually the best you can get. But it has taken me years to build that reputation, build, you know, to pretend to be a business, but you're actually a one-woman show that is doing everything till 4 o'clock in the morning. So I agree with what Diane says. A lot of it has to do with confidence, and that's, I still think it's something male. I think because they work on testosterone, you've got to show a little bit. You've got to show, I'm not scared of your testosterone. I can play your game. I play with the big boys. I'm not interested in little stories here. However, that is different, I think, for younger women. It is different for women of color entering the market. And so they need women like us to say, sister, you can do this. And the moment you understand that I only judge me, no one else has got that ticket, has got that right, pay for anything, only me. The moment you understand that, I think it is the most powerful awakening. And I think you need age for that. So I'm trying to embrace what's happening over here, and I love it, because I never would have done this in my 30s. I never would have done this in my 20s.
I agree. It's knowing your worth.
You know, for me, I actually don't work locally. I refuse to work with companies where I am, because we're so behind. Women, you know, are looked at as, where are your kids? You know, why aren't you barefoot pregnant in the kitchen? And that's kind of the viewpoint of the state that I live in. So I honestly flat out refuse to work locally because it doesn't meet my needs. I don't feel the energy I need to spend to put into those companies who want me to put in extra energy that they wouldn't ask for from a man.
I'm definitely, thank you, Kaylee. I feel like from all of you that it's definitely a case of knowing your values and what you bring to the table. And I think with COVID, I think a lot of us have started, like you said, Kaylee, started to put your foot down and say, I'm not willing to work with you, which is absurd if we think about it, to say, I choose to work with someone that's aligned with my values, which I love. That I find that very special. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we had the opportunity to get together and talk about these things from all over the world. It was really something very special to be part of. So if you like this, stay tuned, because we will bring out some more videos, and do let me know, what would you like to hear about next time, and would you like to participate in these roundtable discussions? Send me an email, send me a link, like and share. We always love to hear from you. Thank you so much.